Hello everyone, I'm Patrick. I'm with Team Push Forward Security, and today we'll be doing a little demonstration of our project, the Gibson. Now, a lot of the programs and commands I'll be using are from our playbook, and our playbook has all of our, like I said, commands, different programs, different commands, how to use them, what can be used in what situation, and what to look for. But today we're only going to be looking at a couple programs, Nmap and hping, pretty familiar commands. However, we will be running our testing on virtual machines as our testing environment is unavailable to us just due to school being locked down. So virtual machines will do for now. So before we can actually get started on it, let's just take a little look at our situation here. So first we have our Kali machine right here. We also have our Windows 16 guinea pig as well as our Windows 10 guinea pig. So we are going to use the two commands Nmap and hping, but we're going to go ahead and start with hping first. So we're just going to go ahead and open up our bar there and search for Nmap. Perfect. So we're going to switch users. So we have root permissions, and then we want to actually run our Nmap scan against our network. So we're going to do Nmap 192.168.88. So we actually want to do a range. Oh, oopsies, misclick. We actually want to do a range. So just to help with timing, so we're not doing the entire network and so it's a little bit quicker. So we're just going to do the first 20 IPs. So we'll go ahead and run that. Now that Nmap has done their scan, we can actually go through and see what they found. So we do have a couple different hosts that we did find. So we have one at 192.168.88.6. That's one of our hosts. We have .5. That seems to be our 2016, our domain controller. And then we also have .2, which I do believe is our default gateway. So instead of attacking either of the hosts, let's go ahead and actually run a flood attack on our router. So what we will actually be running is a SYN packet flood in hopes of a denial of service. So now that we got our IP that we want to run the service on, let's go ahead back to our program viewer and look for hping3. Go ahead and launch that. Perfect. Password. Awesome. Again, we will have to switch users. And unfortunately, with just how hping works in Kali, you still have to run sudo in front of it. It has to do with hping's handling of raw packets. So now that we have that, let's actually go ahead and get into our command of what we'll do for our denial of service. So sudo and then hping3. Perfect. So we're going to go -c 15,000. So -c, that is going to be the number of packets we want to send, as well as -d, which will be the size of each packet, which we will make 120. Awesome. And then big S, capital S, will identify that is SYN packets only. And then window size, we're going to set to 64, as well as the port doesn't matter too much. I just find that I tend to get better results when I ping port 21, the FTP port. Awesome. And then we want to set it to send flood packets, but we also want to send it from a random source, as well as we need to enter a target into there. So 192.168.88.2. Perfect. So actually, before we do that, I want to go ahead and run a ping on our default gateway to show that it is up and running. Perfect. It's running there. Awesome. And then it'll actually go into our Windows guinea pig, do the same thing. Actually, you got to type ping in front of that. Perfect. Got a connection there. And one last time, let's make sure this one is as well. Perfect. And then just one last connectivity check to make sure they're all connected to each other. Perfect. And all right. So we have connection between our hosts, we have connection with the default gateway, and we also have connection with our Kali machine itself. So we can go ahead actually, and let's go ahead and run a ping again. And then we'll go ahead and launch the denial of service. So if we go ahead and actually, well, we can actually watch to see that the packets to our default gateway have stopped. Oh, well, they actually are going again. But we do notice that the time it takes for response is very significant. Went from 2.7 to like 44 whole seconds. So we can go back to our Windows guinea pig here, and if we want to go ahead and try and ping the default gateway, we will actually run into DOS, as we cannot contact the default gateway. So we'll just request timeout, and let's go ahead and try it on our client as well. So I can't connect that either. But I will actually toss it to Steven now to kind of talk about a little, some more actually fun exploits to do, some stuff that isn't just command-based or anything.
Okay. Hello, everyone. I will be doing the technical demonstration for push forward security. This is just my half of the demonstration. I'll be showing 4 products today. One will be Rainbow Crack, one will be a USB rubber ducky, the other one is a Dropbox, and the 4th one is Mouse Jack. Now, I don't have access to the physical hardware for 3 of those products, but I will give you an explanation of how they work and what they're used for in the penetration testing industry. So the first one I'll be showing you today is Rainbow Crack. This one's fairly simple. What it does is it's a algorithm cracker. So it's used for cracking certain algorithms, like MD5 hashes, for example, and that's what we're going to be showing you today. Now there's 3 things you have to do with Rainbow Crack. The first one is you have to generate a rainbow table. So we generated a very simple one here with RTGen. This just creates a MD5 hash algorithm with lower alphabet characters from 1 to 7 in length, and it will generate about 1,000 variations of those. And so then we'll be running a fairly simple Rainbow Crack I'm just going to take that one for the demonstration. Okay, and so what we're doing here is we're having Rainbow Crack take all the tables from our current directory, which is these 2 here, and then it will be trying to crack the algorithm of this single hash key, and that's what the -h will declares. So after we run the Rainbow Crack on it, from what you can see, is it will run it against these 2 tables, and it will, once it finds the plain text string, that's the hash character, and it's just the letter or the string hi. Perfect. So yeah, Rainbow Crack can be used for plenty of things. If you have a user's credentials and you're able to intercept it with something like Responder, you can then put it into Rainbow Crack and it will take those credentials and crack them, and then you'll have a password. Perfect. So the second thing we're going to be looking at today is our Dropbox. Now, I have here the instructions for how to set up and run a Dropbox, but it's all pretty long and pretty boring. So I'll just give you a breakdown of what they are. So basically what a Dropbox is it's your man in the middle. So what you're going to do with it is, let's say you're at an office and you have access to a printer that has like an Ethernet connection. What you can do is you can take the Dropbox, which is just a small single board computer. You take that, you plug it into the network, and then the Dropbox will have host APD and OpenVPN on it. And basically what those will do is give you a connection to the network from over the internet. So it will forward all the packets that it can to your device, and then it lets you inject packets into the network from anywhere you want. And then we have the USB rubber ducky. Now what these are small Arduino boards you can buy for about $1 or $2 online. And the nice thing about them is they have a small chipset in them that you can program with Arduino, and you can load a library on it so that it acts like a keyboard. So when you plug it into someone's computer, it will run a string of commands very, very quickly. So you can use it for things like running a PowerShell command and steal a bunch of credentials, add a temporary user so that you have access to the target's device. Now, since, like I was saying, I don't have access to one right now because it's currently locked up at SAPE, here's a YouTube video of someone just showing how it runs. So as you can see, he's in the Arduino command. He's loaded the script to the DigiSpark board. And then, as you'll see, just under the Hello DigiSpark, it will print out Hello DigiSpark very, very quickly. And this can be used for many interesting malicious tactics. And then last but not least, we'll be talking about MouseJack. And MouseJack is very similar to a rubber ducky, but you don't need physical access to a PC. MouseJack is great to install on a Dropbox. And basically what that will do is it will intercept radio frequencies for wireless keyboards and mice. So from your device, from your Dropbox, anywhere in the world, as long as you have an internet connection and someone's using a wireless keyboard, you can inject those same rubber ducky scripts. So you can run a PowerShell command very, very quickly on someone's device without them even knowing. Perfect. That's a very simple breakdown of what push forward security we did for our technical presentation. And if you have any questions, feel free to let me know. I'm more than happy to answer. Thank you so much. All right, bye.